Hey, welcome back everyone, it's me, Mr. 4K. So, when it comes to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, I know that majority of you just go inside the game settings and you click on a graphics mode and you select 1080p resolution with 120 frames per second speed performance mode. And now you're probably thinking it will automatically scale the resolution to 1080p. Yes, it will scale it to 1080p. However, you still need to make sure that you go to your Nintendo Switch 2 settings and double check there as well to make sure that it's not outputted on 4K. So what I'm essentially saying is, if you go to your Nintendo Switch 2 settings, right, and you don't select on your display, you don't select 1080p FHD, then you are not really taking the advantage of 120 frames per second. Of course, you also have to make sure that your television supports 120 hertz refresh rate. That is the only way you can take the advantage of 120 frames per second. So there's two things going on here that you need to double check. So first, make sure that you go to your system settings, right? Make sure that you go to your resolution settings and make sure that it's selected 1080p FHD when it's on a docking mode. Because if it's selected to be outputted on a 4K 60, then you're not taking advantage of that 120 FPS. So to fully take the advantage of 120 FPS, you need to make sure that your TV resolution is set at 1080p FHD. And once you have done that, then you go back and then you select performance mode, 1080p resolution, 120 frames per second speed. And you're good. The graphics mode preference has been set to performance mode. Will automatically switch to quality mode when connected to a TV monitor that does not support 120 Hz or when 120 Hz output is turned off in the console settings. So they're letting you know, you make sure that your TV supports 120 Hz refresh rate. Mine, it does, so I don't have to worry about that. And after that, you will see just how much smoother this experience is. We'll do a little demo. We'll drive the motorcycle a little bit. We're not going to do any kind of like moving around, fighting the enemy. Maybe a little bit. We'll see. But for right now, I just want to ride a motorcycle just to show you how smooth it is. Just so you can see how fast this is, how smooth it is. I know I'm recording this in a 1440p upscale, but this is source 1080p on a dock mode. And this is how you should play it. You should play it like this. Let's jump into our Viola motorcycle. There it is. Let's do some donuts really quick. I love doing donuts. Alright, let's go. Look how smooth that is. Nice, huh? Much better. Why is this so important? Well, because when you're fighting the enemy, you want to make sure you have the best possible frame rate. And having a 120 frames per second will certainly benefit you when you are fighting the enemy, which we're going to do right now. Let's go ahead, let's fight the enemy. Let's make our way down. do this really quick. And you will notice like how smooth the movements are on your Joy-Con mouse once you select 1080p, 120 FPS. But you also have to make sure that you select 1080p FHD on your display output from Nintendo Switch 2. So remember, there's two things you gotta do. It's not just going to the game settings and selecting the performance. You also have to select a FHD 1080p from a Nintendo Switch 2 display output. And you will notice that, I don't know how much can this recording really show to you. I don't think I can record 120 FPS, I can just record 60, but trust me, you will notice this difference on your TV right away. And of course you have to have a 120 Hz monitor or a 120 Hz television that supports 120 Hz. And you will notice just how smooth this is. This also brings me back to another question. Can we bring Call of Duty? Absolutely. Call of Duty could easily come to Nintendo Switch 2. There's no question about it. Now, this is not easy. These bosses are hard, but you can see how smooth it is, right? Much better, much faster, and I'm actually doing better. Look at that. Oh, there he is. Oh, come on, bring it, bring it. You want to do this, huh? Come on. You see? You can tell my performance has improved much better. And of course I died. Unfortunately, because the game is hard. It's not an easy game. So just remember, go to your TV display output first, alright? So you want to make sure you do that first. That's very important. You'll see just how smooth this is. So you make sure you go to your system settings, go to display, make sure you are having your output resolution set to 1080p FHD. And once you do that, then you go back to the game. Then you go to the settings. And make sure that you are on a graphics mode performance. And that's it. You're all done. You're pretty much all done. Okay? I hope this helps. Okay, because I want you guys to have the best possible performance, and you are going to need the best possible performance if you want to defeat those bosses. If you want to be, you know, having a little bit better, how do I say this? Better ability to even up the odds against these very difficult enemies. Okay, well, there you have it. I hope this helps. Okay, and I will see you on the next video. Happy holidays. Happy holidays.